Hey, everybody, and welcome to the podcast. Before we get into the show, I just want to let you know about our sponsor. It's a film called Sir John A. and the Curse of the Anti-Quenched. It's a fun comedy, stars John Dunsworth from Trailer Park Boys, Spenny from Kenny vs. Spenny, and the Diener from Fubar. It's about two brothers that save their city from demons by staying drunk. You can get it on Vimeo on demand right now, or you can check it out on Amazon Prime in the States. Check out cursetheantiquenched.com for more info. We are back with our Wanda Vision roundup, wrap-up. We're going to wrap up the series. I will say fair warning. Many spoilers ahead. We're going to talk about every single aspect of the show. But just I want to start off and hear your thoughts, Matt, on what you thought of the series as a whole.
Slow start. Interesting premise. Kind of disappointing ending.
Yeah. Tell me why.
That's like full like circle of the show, very, very basics of the show, but like I was expecting more for the end. Like I thought it was going to be like it was getting good and good and good, and then the last one I was like, okay.
Yeah, that's how I felt too. I was like, I watched it kind of late, just being away, and after I was like so excited. Everything's just been building, and then I was like, oh, it's just a fight. All right. You know? And even the after credits thing, it did feel like...
The after credits thing was the most interesting thing in the whole show, in the whole episode.
And it was interesting, but it wasn't like anywhere near as interesting as everything else. And I don't know. I'm not saying I was disappointed with the ending. Like, it gave me a great
I
fight,
wanted more.
But yeah, I think...
I don't know. The fight is weird, okay? So the fight... It's hard to do flying people. I get it.
It really is.
It always looks kind of odd.
It does. It ends up looking a little Harry Potter, you know?
Yeah, and it looks a little silly. So that like took a second to get used to, but like it just that's what the last episode is. It's a huge fight. And I'm like, wanted so much more. And then we got the boner guy. So like I liked and didn't like what they did with Quicksilver. I liked that they completely just like played with all the fans' expectation by casting Evan Peters. That's his name, right?
I think so, yeah.
Like, I like how they did that, like subverted, like, because they're just like, oh, everyone's going to freak out. And then we're just going to completely just turn it like 180 on them. But at the second time, it's like, I really wanted it to be him.
I know. Like, how did they not foresee that being an issue? Like, people being disappointed in that.
I think that was the point. They wanted to play with, like, our emotions in that way, right? Like, there's no other reason for them to do that other than they're just like, oh, just think of all the videos. Think of all the theories that are going to come out as soon as we release that episode.
Oh, yeah. We were one of them.
They knew what they were doing, and they completely messed with us.
Yeah.
Bastards.
It really did. I was pretty disappointed in that in that thing. But it is what it is. The multiverse isn't here yet like we want it. But
that's right. What's your favorite episode throughout, like as a whole? I really like the Halloween one.
I think the Halloween one is really great too. I think had Pietro been the actual like multiverse version, it would have been that episode. But because they went back on it a few episodes later, I think I would go with you on, the Halloween or the breaking the fourth wall episode.
Well, like just looking on a very special episode, right? Like you got that one, then you're like, ooh. Then the Halloween episode, like, ooh, that's a great one. Malcolm in the Middle. Then breaking the fourth wall, you're like, The Office, but it's really more like Modern Family, kind of like how you called it. But there's I think the intro is very office-y.
It was
really
very
liked that
office-y.
one. I thought it was really well done. And then like previously on, I'm like, man, I'm super into this. And then the series finale, I was like,
Yeah.
meow.
It was. I will say the backstory episode, like the exposition episode,
good.
it was really
I
great.
really like Wanda as a character. Like when I was watching the previous season, I was like, man, she is a cool character.
She is.
I can't wait to see what they do with it. And then I'm like, oh. But I mean, there's still some great growth that comes out of the series finale, right? Like she has to straight up say goodbye again to Vision, and then also her children. Like it's huge for her as a character. Also, did I get like the Incredibles vibes when the family was together doing like the
exactly what I thought was going to happen. And I honestly thought it was just going to end with them in the house. And then the hex is just the house. And then it's just like, hey, this is like the house. And that sets up like a whole Sorry. I was going to say it sets up like a whole thing of like, oh, is this...
They live in this like one community thing, right? Like this one house.
Yeah.
I have a weird question. I don't understand what happened to Agnes.
I don't know what happened to her, and I don't know what happened to the other
like,
Vision.
She's gonna be living like in this like trap thing, right? As the nosy neighbor until like whenever, but she completely destroyed the hex.
Yeah.
So where's Agnes? I couldn't understand that part.
I don't understand
Did I miss
that.
something?
No, I don't either. Honestly, too, like the end with like
me off.
after Vision and Vision were fighting, and then they have the intellectual debate about the boat.
Theseus's ship. I'm like, hey, I've had that debate before.
And then I was like, that's cool. And then like one turns into the other, and then flies away. Like I don't understand like who's who at that point.
No, like it's still.
Like what happens to the like White Vision?
I think White Vision will eventually just be Vision. He's just gone to his fortress of solitude, you know?
He just flew off? It's like, is that what happened? Like,
yeah, I think because he's trying to get his memories back or something along those lines, or he did get the memories back. So I think he's going to like compose himself. Like, I don't know. I had a feel. I was hoping he'd come back because that felt kind of like. A lot of the show leaves a lot of things open where I'm like, man, they explain a lot of stuff, but also did not explain a lot of stuff. So it's like, I'm left wanting like, you know what I mean? Like I thought I was going to get closure of the like Wanda saga, but at the same time,
there's
like
a lot
I get it,
of
right?
unanswered.
It's there to lead to the films and stuff, but it left a lot open. Like it brought some things to closure, right? Like it did close certain things for Wanda and explained a few things, but it left a hell of a lot of big holes in there too. I was like, oh,
yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm sure they will address almost all of them. MCU is pretty good at kind of like addressing a lot of issues and even fixing certain things as they go.
Yeah.
But like. Man,
it did leave some stuff
like,
up.
damn it!
But like, I guess
I get it. They're trying to make a franchise. Well, they already have. But like, you know what I mean? Like they want to continue. They want people to go see the next movies and stuff. I get it. But at the same time, it's like ah.
I heard two other theories, just not even on the internet, just word of mouth. One was from a guy I makes my coffee at Starbucks. And we chit chat about WandaVision all the time. He had like a Marvel mask, and I was like, "What's up? You see that WandaVision?" He's like, "Yeah." And then every time I'm in like Monday morning, he's like, "We're like, dude." And anyways, he thought that White Vision was gonna come back as kind of like pieces of Ultron still in him, and have it would like backfire on them, which I thought, oh, that's kind of interesting because like something as powerful as Vision, like you know.
I don't know the history of White Vision, but he's from the comics, like according to people I know. Like he's straight up from. So I don't know the history of it, right? Like I don't know, but I have seen people, like a friend of mine, mention that he is from the comics, and there's a few things from the comics. Like I'm pretty sure Wanda actually does create like the twins and stuff. So like I wasn't expecting them to disappear, but then again. I can't say that because you do hear them at the end, right? So
yeah, and like
I'm assuming they're coming back.
So like they come back, like maybe she makes a new hex somewhere, and like you know
she figures it out. Like
Like she's gonna.
I mean, the ending is very strange ending. Like it's very strange magic.
Yeah.
Like the way she was like doing everything is like I'm like I've seen that in Strange. Like very, very, very similar.
Yeah, and then like
Pretty sure Strange does that, doesn't he? Like he's like reading a book while he's like not doing it.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
No,
it's like his out of body.
Yeah,
thing.
in Doctor Strange. I was actually watching that the other night.
Yeah, so he like that very similar, right? Like what Wanda does at the end. Strange has done that before, right? I'm not crazy.
Yeah, so it's like
okay.
I think it's all the same magic, and even the same magic like that other being that's with Thanos used, and like the same magic that's used by like the Hand, you know, in
right,
the Daredevil.
Right. So it's all. I mean, obviously,
Iron
it's all
Fist.
connected. It's all these like different aspects of the same type of MCU magic.
Yeah.
Whatever determines magic.
I had heard this other theory that them deprogramming Vision and taking him, like putting him together, taking him apart, that they were maybe going to start trying to build Sentinels using that technology, which I thought would have been really a neat idea, which they could still do. Like it still could be something down the road that they can do, you know.
So can we talk about is it the director? I think
Mark
he's the director.
Shackman? That's his name?
No. I mean like the guy in charge of the show. Not the show. The guy in charge of the Vision thing. Like the guy from the
yeah.
The director guy, right?
Yeah.
He's not a bad guy until like the end.
Yeah. It's kind of like they needed a villain at the end.
But he came out of nowhere. Like at first you're like, okay, like why would he need to reveal, you know, certain tidbits of information, right? Like they're like, he's hiding this thing. Like, well, technically he doesn't have to reveal it to any. Like someone brought up a point. Like a friend of mine's like, he's like, I don't get why this guy's a villain. Like everything he does, some of it's protocol. like okay, yeah, sure, he aggravates her a little bit, but like. He's not technically like a bad guy, right? Like he's reacting kind of to what he's seeing, what he's doing. So, and I kind of see that, I get that. And then at the end, he like straight up tries to shoot a kid. I'm like, what the hell just happened?
It was a weird fast turn. I agree too, and it felt
like what was that? All of a sudden, he just starts to shoot at the kid. What? I was so confused.
Yeah, it felt like we need
no reason for that.
We need a villain. We don't want to make full-on Agatha the full-on villain.
I don't know why. Agatha's terrific.
Yeah, and then like we don't want to make. I know, right?
Man,
I was like
Agatha all along. It's so catchy. It's so good.
So when he was like the Disney villains, always get the best theme songs.
Yeah, yeah. I just don't know why he couldn't just be Agatha, right? Like this guy, yeah, he's a dick and he's a pain in the ass, but he didn't have to be like straight up like full on villain.
It also feels too much like we've seen this before with Shield, right?
Yeah.
Like it was.
Just, I don't know.
It was a good twist with Shield. It's like, oh no, Shield is Hydra secretly, blah blah blah.
Same, but like this is just some dick in.
Yeah, corporate dick.
Sword. But like it threw me off. Like cause at first you're like, okay, I guess he's kind of a dick. But like that's all he's really is. Like he didn't have to reveal anything. And a friend of mine thinks it's funny. Like, oh, like we hacked into his firewall, and it's like he thinks that's the funniest line because that's not how firewalls work.
Yeah, I know. I heard that too, and I was like, this sounds like I don't know.
Like, oh yeah, I'm a hacker now. I'm gonna hack into this firewall and access all these secret information. Oh my God, he's doing these secret things that he didn't tell anybody. I mean, did he have to tell anybody? Like, I mean, you guys aren't
are you saying
classified to know this information.
Yeah, are you saying
why is that such a bad thing?
Yeah.
Like,
it's like you're saying the head of the secret organization was doing secret things.
Yeah, and didn't tell like people that aren't even like
have qualified
that high up, like are even part of it. Like,
yeah, aren't
FBI
even in the organization.
Yeah, and it's like, ooh, that's suspicious. I'm like, yeah, you know what? My friend was right. I'm like, yeah, this guy's not that bad. Like they just they villainize him a little bit more, and then they straight up like jump the shark with him just trying to shoot a kid. It's like, what just happened?
I know. And like,
Why?
I don't know. It also just doesn't make sense. Like, it makes him look like a dum-dum because, like, he knows he's shooting at, like, an Avenger.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know. It was weird. That scene felt like they couldn't figure out a way to show that she was bulletproof or something. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
It did feel
why
like
couldn't
they
it
were
just been
trying
like some
to...
random soldier, right? Like that accidentally it goes off or something, right? It's like an accidental or
That would have
but,
been
like,
more
not-
believable.
It felt weird. It felt weird.
Because, yeah,
The
like...
the whole ending was like,
They wanted to, like, show, we have this new character, look out,
I don't know much about Monica.
Yeah, I don't either, to be honest, but I'm like, I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to introduce a new character, and
that's cool. You
you know.
can, right? Like, it just, that scene felt like I don't even think you even needed that scene. Like, I got that she was already starting to change.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have taken much to introduce her later on with extra power. You'd be like, okay, I believe it. Like, I didn't need that extra scene there. It's not really needed.
Yeah, and like we could have seen like other things in post-credit thing. Like, she gets her powers like in a day, it seems, and then like is like a pro at everything really quick, which is like, I do hate like Marvel doing this with certain characters, that they're immediately good at what they do and they almost don't struggle, and then they're just, I
think Captain Marvel has that kind of like feel to it. Like, sometimes it just doesn't feel like warranted. Like, she I get it, right? She lost her memory and stuff, but like that she was already like, boom, she's great. Like, she's the best thing ever. There's no, like, look at, like, compared to Iron Man, right? Like, this dude was like kidnapped and built a suit, and like he's like, you know what I mean? Like, it got to the point where he is, and I'm assuming they're probably gonna do something similar with like Black Widow, right? Like, she's gonna just become this like kick-ass person. Like, I don't know, it's the fight towards greatness and not being like, boom, you got this power just like that, you're great. Even like Spider-Man, right? Like, well, obviously not a little bit in this one, but like more in the early ones. Like, Spider-Man was like, it took him a while to get to like where he's at to actually start fighting and start understanding his power, right? Like, it's that build up that sometimes we need. That,
because then
you have her just going
payoff,
through the wall.
right?
All of a sudden, she can like superhero land and like take bullets. I get it. Like, the taking bullets, I don't think she knew she could do that. Like, it's just like she was just trying to protect the kid. It felt like, well, that was quick. Now she's super.
Yeah, I did feel
like,
too.
I'm sure she's gonna be cool. I'm sure she's gonna be really cool. But right now, you're like, okay, like, I get what you did, but like, I don't know enough about her.
It's the other thing too, yeah, because it's like you want to care about them and you want to see them succeed.
I cared more of her as a child in Captain Marvel than I do with her in this show. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
But if they just show up and then they're like the greatest ever, then it's kind of just boring. I don't know. That's just me, but I will say, like, this show had me so excited the whole time. Like, like
same. The first two episodes, you're like, ooh, I'm liking where this is going, and every single episode from there has always gotten me so excited for Friday. Exactly. And then the last episode just kind of went, oh.
Yeah. But
like, I want more, but I don't want more. If you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like, it didn't leave me wanting more like the other episodes did. And I get, but there's a lot of things that aren't closed at the end of the series, and I still felt like,
Yeah. It does feel to me like, I know they want to move in. I know the next like big movie is going to be the Strange movie, like Doctor Strange into the Multiverse.
But that's not coming out for a while. Like, we still got a few things, and I get the Black Widow technically was supposed to come out prior.
Yeah, I wonder if there was something in there that was going to connect to this or something. I don't know, but
could have been. Yeah, they might have had to throw in things.
The end of this felt like they were trying to connect to Captain Marvel just because of the Monica character,
because of the Monica Rambeau thing,
and the Skrulls, which like Marvel was.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. The first end credit.
Like, so like, just be like, I don't know. You tell me what you thought, but I'll tell you what I thought first, but like with the scroll showing up at the end, were you like, meh? I was kind of like, all right, just because Spider-Man did that
like,
that similar style of a reveal already. What again? It wasn't anything
yeah,
new. Like
I know what you're saying, because like, aren't they saying like he wants to talk to you? Like they're talking about like
Nick,
Fury, right?
I guess,
Right?
it has to
Guess.
be like an old friend of your mom's. Like that was like
Why can't it just like be like, I don't know, I just didn't understand why Nick, like I feel like it would have been so much bigger if we had Nick instead
yeah,
of
maybe
that
they
scene,
couldn't get
because,
him.
again, it feels,
But
maybe.
like, but he's always someone who said like he says yes to like everything with them. Like he's just been like, yeah, I'll do it.
I don't know, like I know what you mean. It felt like, again, like, okay, like give me more, man. If you're gonna go for Secret Wars, is that what it's called, the scroll thing?
Yeah, essentially, which they've so far
Like,
flipped it a bit
get
because
to it, man.
Yeah,
I heard that like they flipped the Skrulls and the what's the other race?
I forget, but like right now it is flipped. Like the Skrulls are the bad guys in Secret Wars, which we may still get there. Like they may still be the baddies in it, you know.
Again, right? I do find Marvel has a way to taking things from comics and kind of freshening it up a bit, or turning it like playing with it, but
Yeah.
not necessarily always bad. Like I like certain things that they've done with it, right? Like I like the twist of Iron Man 3 where the Mandarin isn't the Mandarin at all. I thought that was hilarious. I thought it was a terrific twist on it. And technically, according to the one-offs, the Mandarin actually exists. Like he is a character. He is a real person.
Yeah,
you ever watch the one-offs?
Yeah. We've talked about this a few times, but like, yeah, that sort of confirmed, that it's out there. They're out there still, and whatever. Like that could still you know.
They like playing with the expectation, and then it's in the same thing. Like if a movie gets adapted from like a book or something, it's just like, and people complain like, oh, it wasn't the same, they had to change. I'm like, I don't understand why. Like, guys, you get two different things but the same thing.
I tend to agree.
You get more. Why are you complaining?
Yeah.
Like just as an example, for Ready Player One, I watched the movie. I thought it was terrific. I really liked the movie, and everyone's like, "Oh, the book is better." I read the book. The book is great. Terrific book.
Yeah, it's like, why is two good things bad?
I don't know. Well, the other thing is, I don't know how it would have been done as a film. There's a lot of like actual just like old school video game playing, and like it wouldn't have worked visually. But at the same time, I'm like, I got two great things.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like I got to read a book that has the same spirit as the movie. Right? It's the spirit of it. It's just it's a slightly different story, and it's I don't know. I got two things.
Look,
I got two things that are great.
I totally agree, man. Because like, yeah. But yeah, like with Wanda Vision, like it does seem like we're sort of like maybe not super hyped about it, just because the end was maybe not up to 100% the expectations that they set.
It's like anything, right? Like I think we've talked about this before. It's like a film where it's a really good movie, and the movie's just getting to it, and then it just has this like lackluster ending. You're like, oh, that is not at all what I would expect. Like they didn't at all finish anything. Oh, they didn't get together in the end, right? Like he has to move in the end. You're like, oh,
all right.
I didn't get my closure, but I mean that's an ending, all right.
Yeah, like we got something, I guess. You know what? The other thing too is like rewatchability with the Marvel universe is so big, and like films like Ultron, when they came out, like had a lot of naysayers, and now it's like a lot of people really love them, and I do think that is going to be the case with some of this stuff. Like I rewatched,
think so too. Like Ultron is a huge. Like it was a disappointment when it came out. Like people liked it, but it was like, it's not so strong. There's a lot of things like, if with it, but like looking back upon what they built upon Ultron, right? Like looking back at it, you're like, there's just these like little things that just lead up to such bigger things, right? Like Endgame without Ultron, like there's a lot of stuff that happens in Ultron that is super connected to Endgame.
Exactly.
Right? Like,
Exactly.
it's like exactly the rewatchability. Just it adds on, it stacks to it. It's like they find different ways to like show you the movie now that you know like extra things. I think it's the same thing with Wanda going back to watching other films with Wanda's scenes. Obviously, now knowing some of her backstory, it adds to it. It really builds upon it. But yeah, you're right. I feel like as soon as more things come out, and especially the Doctor Strange aspects of it, I think a lot of extra little things that they're probably going to play with that they played here that we missed, or that just will like build upon that when you're going to rewatch it. It's going to be like a different rewatch, right? Like you're like ooh that or ooh that because you know now. You know what's coming.
When you were watching the final battle, were you hoping someone was going to show up to help?
No, I never saw anything like someone to come.
No, like
come in to
not
save
you never
her.
saw, but like were you hoping, like,
Not really.
No, I don't know why. I just kind of like the idea that there's the Avengers and they come and help each other out every now and then. Like,
Really? No, I never gave it a thought.
I was like, this would be really cool if Strange showed up right now and he like
the problem it's weird, eh? Because it's like the only issue really with the MCU in terms of like world building is like, man, everyone's always off on their own fighting this like world ending thing. Not in this case, but like this world ending thing. And like, where are the Avengers then?
Yeah, exactly.
Where are the Avengers? Where were you?
Ant-Man makes like a reference to that, like with it.
Even Spider-Man does that too.
Like,
just like
call the Avengers, like,
But it brings up a valid point of sometimes like, and I get it, right? Like there's like little things and pieces, and of course in this case, Iron Man's not there to
save the day.
Well, he's not there, right?
There at all.
They're still kind of in disarray after the thing, and this isn't that long after the blip. So, I'd love to see like what the heck is going on with the Avengers like during this time, right? Like so.
Well, there is no Avengers left. Like Cap's an old man,
It's true.
Like,
but I wonder if we're gonna see certain like things from like Falcon and Winter Soldier that kind of take place in the same timeline as WandaVision. Like, how long does WandaVision take place? Like a week?
Yeah, like really and truly, like it's probably not that long. Like a week or two. Like when you
like that doesn't make much sense to me. Like, how long did it take? Like, I want to know the timeline of this. I'm sure there's probably a mention somewhere in the show.
I don't think it's that long, really and truly. Like I think it's short amount of time.
It takes what, like 2 months after the blip.
Yeah,
like the blip comeback.
She shows up, does this baller.
I think it's like it takes place like a week and a half, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. What are you most excited about next in the MCU? Like not necessarily release date wise, but like just movies,
honestly,
shows. Like
I think Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Spider-Man has the biggest hype right now, but at the same time, it's got the biggest hype for a few reasons. Because, well, one, I like Spider-Man, and Spider-Man's like one of Marvel's like biggest things. Like that's prior to even the MCU, right? Like Spider-Man is a seller.
Yeah.
So you've got like, I really like Spider-Man. I like Tom Holland's Spider-Man. I really want to know where they're going after the ending of the second Spider-Man.
I think they're going into space. I think that's like the.
But what I mean is like, remember how it ends? With like
with
like Alex Jones,
Alex Jones,
Jay Jonah,
not from the
but
multiverse.
You know what I mean? Like
apparently,
I love where like how it ends. That you're like, oh damn, and then we're like, and then I remember they're like how feeling disappointed, like oh no, like they're canceling Spider-Man 2. I was like, you can't do that. You can't give us that and then do that. That's not possible.
Yeah.
So I'm most excited for that, and then the idea of potentially the Spider-Verse. Multiverse aspect, because I mean, come on, like getting home.
There was
like,
rumors.
I mean, it could be space, but getting home like from like another like multiverse, another universe.
Yeah.
Like
there was rumors that Tobey Maguire was cast.
Dude, there's been rumors that like everybody from
Andrew
the old Spider-Man
Garfield,
stuff
like-
has been they're like, I don't know if we're gonna get any of it. Like, I don't even know if like MCU's actually the ones putting out these rumors to just completely throw us off, and it's got nothing to do with the multiverse. Like, look what they did with Evan Peters.
Yeah.
They like to mess with us.
They honeydicked us.
But yeah, I'm most excited, I think, for Spider-Man. The lesser known stuff that's coming out, like, I'm not saying I'm not excited. I still want to go see it, and it could be great. I just don't know enough about it to be excited for it.
Yeah.
Like there's that guy, and then I think the Eternals is another one.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that I'm not familiar with, and I'm like, it could be really cool,
Yeah.
but I have no idea.
They are in that phase right now of like rebuilding. I really thought, in all honesty, I really thought they were going to show like Fantastic Four or something in this, but maybe they're waiting for the films to be like the end of something.
Yeah.
Fantastic Four will show up, or I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do it, but I am excited. I am like also very excited for the Marvel What If show. I know it'll be animated.
Yeah,
But,
I know, and a lot of the cast is coming back too, and yeah, I get it's animated, but a lot of like, because the what if aspects is also technically that's kind of like the multiverse aspect, right? Like, what if happened this? There's a universe that happened like that this took place, and like
Yeah.
because that's what the multiverse is, right? Like as soon as there's a decision, right, a new branch kind of comes off. So
and they may use
I don't
that.
think it's like official, but you know what I mean. Like it is technically what ifs about different Marvel universes of what would have happened.
I
if this, what
know
would have happened
She-Hulk
with that.
is on the way too, which I don't know.
She-Hulk. I think she's getting a show, which I'm kind of excited because I like lawyer shows.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a lawyer
like
show,
court
right?
dramas.
Yeah, so that'll be kind of cool.
Yeah. So
Um,
you got a court drama Hulk. You've got obviously Falcon. You've got Hawkeye coming.
there is a lot, and
few things.
you know, one of the things that I was talking about what Disney's done with Disney Plus, and especially just this last year. Like when I was a kid, the thing I looked forward to the most was TGIF. Like come home Friday, you know, get your snack, watch TGIF. All your favorite shows are on, and Disney has kind of like redone that, like for us as adults. Like come home Friday. Oh shit, we're watching Mandalorian, we're watching Wanda Vision. Like it's gotten you excited.
Falcon.
Yeah.
It's like Loki's after Falcon. Like there's not going to be much lull in between either.
Yeah, so it's gonna be like, all right, man. Like we got like a Friday night thing, like, and it's like fun for the whole family kind of thing again. You know, like it's awesome. So yeah, we enjoyed WandaVision, and even though the ending, you know, wasn't
Felt lackluster.
yeah,
I would say.
Again, I'm just gonna say it didn't build up to the hype they made, and it's not that it was bad.
What I
and it's
thought
not
was
that I
going to
didn't
be
like it.
like a really, really, really good show, and it is. It just
It was like
because every episode was getting better, and then the last one was like, oh,
yeah, it hit a peak.
this is definitely not
at
the
8,
better one.
and then, you know, the only way they could have went further out is maybe stuff they couldn't do. This show is already insanely expensive, so.
Yeah, just looking at the last episode, I was like, I know where the budget went.
Yeah, the first few episodes, like they spent like, I don't know what they said, like $22 million per episode or something crazy like that. I'm like,
Imagine what like as it went on.
but like I think they rounded that, so like I think like maybe some episodes cost like, you know, way more, and then you know, but yeah, like pretty great overall. But you know, let us know what you think in the comments. Let us know what you think on Instagram, Twitter. We'd be curious to know what you think. And, you know, we'll be back soon with, you know, more Marvel coverage.
That's it, man. Game over, man. Game over.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to subscribe, rate, and review the podcast. And be sure to follow us on Twitter at Lost Commentary, on Instagram at Raiders of the Lost Commentary, and like us on Facebook.
I'll be back.